Somewhere near the heart of our galaxy, something is making antimatter. Not a little. Roughly the mass of the moon, converted into pure annihilation, every single year. And after 50 years of looking, no one can tell you what it is. This is not science fiction. It is one of the oldest unsolved signals in modern astronomy, and it hides in a place we can never visit. Begin with a number, 511,000 electron volts. That is the exact energy of a specific flash of light. It appears when an electron meets its mirror twin, a positron, a particle of antimatter. The two touch, and they vanish, leaving behind a burst of gamma rays at that precise frequency. It is the fingerprint of matter destroying itself, and the center of the Milky Way is glowing with it. The signal was first caught in the early 1970s by detectors lifted high above the Earth on balloons. At first, no one believed it. The energy was too sharp, too clean. But the flash kept returning year after year, instrument after instrument. By the time space telescopes turned their gaze inward, the truth was undeniable. A vast, faint glow of annihilation light surrounds the galactic core. Think about what that means. For this signal to exist, positrons must be created somewhere down there, in enormous numbers, again and again, without pause. Around 10 to the power of 43 of them every second. Particles of antimatter, born in the dark, drifting until they meet ordinary matter and erase each other in silent gamma light. Something is making them, and it has been doing so for longer than we have been listening. The first instinct was simple. The galaxy is full of dying stars. When a massive star explodes, or when certain old stars shed their outer layers, they forge radioactive elements. As those elements decay, they spit out positrons. For a while, this seemed like the answer. Supernovae scattered through the disk of the Milky Way, quietly seeding antimatter. But then the maps arrived, and the maps were wrong. The antimatter glow does not follow the stars. Most of the galaxy's young, massive stars live in its flat spinning disk, in the spiral arms where new suns are born. If exploding stars were the source, the annihilation light should trace those arms. Instead, the signal is lopsided. It clusters in a swollen, round bulge at the very center, far brighter there than the star formation alone can explain. The shape does not match. The geometry is wrong. And when the geometry is wrong, the explanation usually is too. So the search widened into stranger territory. Consider the supermassive black hole at the galaxy's core. Sagittarius A star, 4 million times the mass of our sun, sits at the exact center of the bulge. Black holes are not gentle. As matter spirals in, it heats to unimaginable temperatures, and jets of energy can blast outward. Could the black hole itself be a factory of antimatter, flinging positrons into the surrounding gas? It is possible, but Sagittarius A star is, by black hole standards, remarkably quiet today. To explain the glow, it may have roared in the past, in outbursts we never witnessed, and we are now seeing the slow afterglow of an ancient violence. A ghost of an eruption that happened before humans existed. There is another candidate, and this one is darker still. Dark matter. We know it is out there, an invisible substance that outweighs everything we can see, 6 to 1. We have never touched it. We do not know what it is made of, and it concentrates exactly where the antimatter glow is brightest, in a dense halo around the galactic center. Some physicists propose that dark matter particles, colliding or decaying in the crowded core, might produce positrons as a byproduct. If true, the antimatter glow would be more than a mystery. It would be a window, a faint signal from the most invisible thing in the universe, leaking light at last. But that idea has problems of its own. The numbers are stubborn. The energy of the positrons is oddly low and gentle, as if they are born slow and cool, not violently flung. That detail rules out many of the most dramatic explanations. Whatever is making them does it softly, patiently, almost carefully, and so the field splintered. Some researchers returned to a quieter idea, a particular kind of exploding star, a peculiar, low-mass supernova that does favor the galactic bulge. Others point to neutron stars merging in the crowded core, or to the slow churning of old stellar corpses. Each model explains part of the picture. None explains all of it. The lopsided shape, the gentle energy, the sheer persistence of the glow, decade after decade, refuse to fit into a single clean story. Picture it from outside the galaxy, a great spiral of 300 billion stars turning in the black, and buried at its heart, invisible to the eye, a vast soft halo of annihilation. Antimatter being born and destroyed in equal measure, an eternal flicker of creation and erasure, lighting up in a color no human eye will ever see. It has been burning since long before the first telescope. It will likely burn long after the last. What unsettles astronomers most is not that we lack an answer. It is that we have too many answers, and none of them are enough. The signal is too clear to ignore and too strange to solve. It sits at a place we can never reach, 26,000 light years away, behind curtains of dust so thick that ordinary light cannot pass. We see it only in gamma rays, only as a glow, only as a question, and the question grows heavier the longer you sit with it. Something at the center of our galaxy is quietly manufacturing the rarest, most volatile substance in the universe. It has done so for billions of years, with a steadiness that feels almost deliberate. We have given it many names: dying stars, a sleeping black hole, the decay of the dark. But the truth is, when we look at the heart of our own home, at the place we all orbit, we are staring at a fountain of antimatter we cannot explain. So here's the part that keeps the lights on late in observatories around the world. If we ever discover what is feeding it, will the answer comfort us? Or will it reveal that the center of the Milky Way is far stranger than anything we dared to imagine?